James Webb Telescope just demolished physics. The James Webb Telescope didn't just make a discovery. It delivered a knockout punch to everything we thought we knew about the universe. In its first look into deep space, it found galaxies that shouldn't exist, stars that form too fast, and proof the universe is expanding at a speed no model can explain. Einstein's rules? On life support. Scientists aren't just confused, they're in full-blown crisis mode. Physics as we know it may have just collapsed. And what Webb saw next? That's where things get insane. When the James Webb Telescope looked deep into the ancient universe, it uncovered something no one was prepared for. Something that shook cosmology to its core. Roughly 13.5 billion years back, just 300 million years after the supposed Big Bang, Webb spotted fully formed galaxies, massive, mature, and impossibly old. Let that sink in. These galaxies weren't supposed to be there. Not yet. The early universe should have been chaotic, filled with scattered gas and dust barely starting to form stars. But instead, Webb found giants, some even twice the size of our Milky Way, already burning bright and structured. These weren't statistical errors or lensing tricks. The data was clear. Webb had found galaxies so big and so old that they broke the timeline. In fact, some of these galaxies were forming stars 10 times faster than what current physics allows. Scientists were stunned. One even said it felt like finding a fully grown adult where there should be a newborn. It wasn't just unexpected. It was impossible under our current understanding of cosmic evolution. And the implications? Terrifying. If these galaxies existed this early, that means either the universe is far older than we think, or something is deeply wrong with the Big Bang model itself. But the real shock? These weren't even the weirdest galaxies Webb found. Just when astronomers were still reeling from Webb's early galaxy shock, it uncovered something even more disturbing: red monster galaxies. These ancient beasts aren't just big, they're breaking every known rule of galaxy formation. Located over 11 billion light-years away, these monsters are forming stars at speeds that should be physically impossible. In one galaxy, scientists observed that nearly 80% of its gas had already turned into stars, an efficiency so extreme it borders on science fiction. Galaxies simply don't work this way. Not this fast. Not this early. These red monsters are so efficient, so aggressive in star production, that current physics has no explanation for how they evolved. They're not rare outliers either. Webb is finding more of them. And what's worse, these discoveries might mean we've misunderstood cosmic evolution for decades. One astronomer described it as a wrecking ball to the standard model. If galaxies can grow this fast, this early, then everything from dark matter simulations to star formation theories might need a full rewrite. But if that rattled scientists, the next revelation would leave them completely speechless. As if early, mature galaxies weren't shocking enough, the James Webb Telescope then zeroed in on a group of ancient cosmic giants now known as red monster galaxies. These aren't ordinary galaxies. They're colossal, blood-red relics from the early universe, and they're doing something no one thought was possible. These monsters aren't just forming stars, they're flooding themselves with them, turning gas into stars with terrifying efficiency. One red monster converted nearly 80% of its gas into stars in a single, violent burst of cosmic growth. That's not just fast, it's unreal. To understand how absurd that is, you need to know this. Most galaxies, including our Milky Way, convert only a small fraction of their gas over billions of years. It's a slow, delicate process. But these red monsters, they skip the rules. They're like star factories on steroids, devouring their fuel and expanding faster than any known theory can explain. One scientist compared it to a galaxy aging 1 billion years overnight, something we've never seen before. And what's worse is that they're everywhere. Webb keeps spotting them across deep space, suggesting this isn't just some bizarre fluke. It could be the norm. That throws everything into chaos. Are we wrong about how galaxies grow? Has our entire model of the early universe been based on faulty assumptions? Even computer simulations, which have guided decades of cosmological theory, are failing to recreate what Webb is now showing us. Physics isn't bending here. It's being completely broken. And just as astronomers began scrambling for answers, Webb dropped another bombshell. this time involving the very rate our universe is expanding. Just as the dust was settling from the early galaxy chaos, Webb turned its focus towards something even more fundamental: the expansion rate of the universe itself. What it found ignited one of the biggest scientific crises in recent memory. For years, astronomers have noticed a growing problem. The universe appears to be expanding faster than our calculations predict. This discrepancy, known as the Hubble tension, has haunted physicists for over a decade. But Webb wasn't supposed to make it worse. It was supposed to clear things up. Instead, it made it impossible to ignore. Using precise infrared measurements, Webb confirmed that the universe is expanding roughly 8% faster than what the Big Bang model says it should. That number might sound small, but in cosmic terms, it's catastrophic. It means the two most trusted methods of measuring our universe's growth, one using nearby supernovae, the other using cosmic microwave background radiation, don't match up. They're telling two different stories about how space itself is behaving. And here's the catch. Both sides should agree, because they're looking at the same universe. But they don't, and Webb's data only made the gap wider. This isn't just a math error. This is physics telling us that something crucial is missing. Some scientists are now suggesting we may need new physics entirely, something beyond dark energy, beyond Einstein, maybe even beyond the Big Bang itself. Because if the universe has lied to us about how fast it's growing, what else is it hiding? As if faster-than-expected expansion wasn't strange enough, the James Webb Telescope may have uncovered something even more bizarre, a clue suggesting we're trapped inside a vast, empty cosmic void. And some scientists are going even further, asking if our entire universe is actually inside a black hole. It sounds like science fiction, but it's rooted in real physics. While mapping ancient light patterns from the early universe, Webb detected strange inconsistencies, subtle shifts in background radiation, weird density patterns, and unexplained fluctuations that don't line up with our standard models. One theory? We're living in a region of the universe that's unnaturally empty, surrounded by denser areas. This kind of cosmic bubble would distort the way we perceive the expansion of the universe, making it seem faster than it really is. But here's where things get eerie. A fringe group of physicists believes this void could be something else entirely, a region shaped by the collapse of matter into a black hole from the outside in. According to this idea, everything we experience, galaxies, time, space, is actually happening inside the event horizon of a massive black hole, a relic of some higher dimensional structure. Webb's recent data doesn't confirm it, but it doesn't rule it out either. And for the first time, mainstream researchers are starting to take this mind-bending possibility seriously. Because if the universe itself is a simulation, a bubble, or a black hole, then everything we think we know about time, space, and even reality might just be an illusion. But while scientists wrestle with that terrifying thought, Webb spotted something close at home that made everyone freeze in disbelief. You'd think the weirdness would stay far away, in the depths of space, buried in galaxies we'll never reach. But then, the James Webb Telescope aimed its gaze at something much closer, and it found something just as baffling. Jupiter, our own solar system's gas giant, is glowing in ways that shouldn't be possible. When Webb observed Jupiter's polar regions, it picked up intense infrared light bursts, far brighter than expected. These glowing patterns weren't just random flickers. They formed strange auroral structures, glowing at odd wavelengths that scientists still can't explain. Even more bizarre, the source of this energy isn't fully understood. It doesn't match solar radiation. It doesn't match magnetic field activity. In fact, one NASA researcher openly admitted, "This has left us scratching our heads." What's more disturbing is the idea that this might not be unique. If Jupiter is doing something unexpected, what else in our solar system is hiding unexplained behavior? What are we not seeing? This isn't just about distant galaxies anymore. Webb is starting to pull back the curtain on secrets, sitting right in our cosmic backyard. And it's forcing scientists to reconsider how well we actually know our own neighborhood. But then Webb found something even rarer. Something so strange, so visually striking, it was nicknamed after a creature of the night. In a universe full of spirals and clusters, the James Webb Telescope found something haunting, a ghostly structure floating billions of light years away. Scientists call it the Cosmic Owl Galaxy. At first glance, it looks like an eerie set of glowing eyes, staring out into the void. But this isn't just some weird visual trick. It's a double-ring galactic collision, something so rare and precise, it almost defies probability. Two galaxies didn't just crash into each other. They collided in just the right way, at just the right speed, to form two perfect concentric rings of stars. It's an ultra-rare cosmic event, like hitting a bullseye in the dark from a million miles away. Webb captured it in such staggering detail that scientists were left speechless. The structure challenges what we know about how galaxies merge, how energy moves through the cosmos, and how gravity can organize chaos into something symmetrical. But here's the creepiest part. Some researchers believe these perfect shapes aren't just rare, they might be clues. Patterns, glitches, signs that the universe may not be as random as we think. Maybe something is guiding these cosmic events. Or maybe it's all part of a much bigger mystery we haven't begun to understand. Because after all of Webb's discoveries, impossible galaxies, twisted physics, cosmic voids, and glowing giants, one question remains. What else is out there waiting to be found? After everything the James Webb Telescope has revealed, ancient galaxies that shouldn't exist, red monsters rewriting cosmic rules, expansion rates that defy logic, glowing planets in our own backyard, and galactic collisions too perfect to be chance. One thing is crystal clear. Physics isn't broken. It's being completely rewritten. For decades, scientists believed we had the universe mostly figured out. Now, every discovery from Webb feels like a message from the cosmos itself. You know nothing yet. The deeper we look, the stranger it gets. Our models are crumbling. The rules we trusted are cracking. And every time Webb blinks open its golden eye, it reveals another piece of reality that shouldn't be possible. So where does this leave us? In awe, in confusion, and in the middle of the biggest scientific revolution in a century. Because the question is no longer, what will Webb find next? It's, can our minds even handle what's coming?